Welcome to the Deep Dive from Defiant. We're here to cut through the noise in finance, crypto, and sports.
Yep, taking the big stories and really breaking down what's important.
Today we've got Fed rate cuts, some interesting state and city crypto moves, and a couple of huge sports highlights.
Right. We've looked at the sources, now let's get into what it all means.
Okay, so first up, finance. There's a lot of talk about the Federal Reserve, interest rates. Looks like cuts are expected.
Yeah, the consensus seems to be building around a full percentage point cut, but likely spread across 2025.
Why now? What's driving that expectation?
Well, you're seeing signs the economy might be slowing down a bit, and inflation seems to be cooling off, finally. So the markets, they're already kind of adjusting. Some are thinking the first cut could happen as early as this June.
Wow, okay, so why does that matter? Big picture. And maybe for crypto.
Well, lower rates generally mean cheaper borrowing. That can stimulate the economy, maybe get companies investing more, people spending. And for crypto watchers, well, the theory is more available cash, maybe lower returns on super safe stuff, could push some investors towards assets like Bitcoin, potentially increasing demand and liquidity.
Interesting. Okay, sticking with crypto, North Carolina, what's happening there?
Big move, actually. The State House passed a bill, HB 92, I think it was. It allows the state treasurer, the person managing state money, to invest up to 5% of certain funds into digital assets, like Bitcoin.
5%, that sounds significant for a state government.
It really is. It's mainly pitched as diversification, getting into new asset classes, but it's also a major signal, right?
A signal of what? More acceptance.
Exactly. Institutional acceptance. It moves crypto beyond just, individual tech folks and into mainstream state-level investment thinking. Could definitely make other states take notice.
Huh. And it's not just states. Roswell, New Mexico.
Roswell. Yeah, they've actually created the first city-run Bitcoin reserve in the U.S.
The UFO place. Seriously, how does that even work?
Yeah, well, it started with a donation just under $3,000 worth of BTC. The idea is to build it up, maybe through more donations or city allocation.
Okay.
And they've set a threshold, like they won't really use the funds until the reserve hits $1 million.
$1 million. So it's more symbolic for now.
Very much so. But it's pioneering. Think about it, a city holding Bitcoin on its balance sheet. It really opens up questions about how local governments might use digital assets in the future. Could others follow?
Definitely one to watch. Okay, let's switch gears. Sports time. Caitlin Clark.
Yes, Caitlin Clark. The buzz is still huge. She's apparently the favorite to win WNBA MVP in just her second season.
That's pretty fast. She's certainly getting a ton of attention.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about her stats, which are impressive. Her impact on the league's visibility, on women's basketball overall, it's massive. Bringing in new fans, more coverage. It's great for the sport.
Yeah, you can really feel that momentum. Okay. And another big name making waves, Katie Ledecky.
Incredible. She just swam the second fastest 1,500 meters ever.
Second fastest ever. Wow.
Get this, the only faster time is her own world record, which she set 7 years ago.
7 years. To still be performing at that level, that close to your absolute peak from years ago, that's just phenomenal consistency.
It really is. Shows her dominance, her dedication. Makes you wonder what else she's capable of. She just keeps pushing the boundaries.
So quite a mix today. We've got potential shifts in economic policy with the Fed, governments like North Carolina, and even cities like Roswell exploring crypto.
Right, signs of institutional adoption, maybe, or at least serious consideration.
And then these incredible individual achievements in sports from Clark and Ledecky really pushing their games forward.
Yeah, it feels like innovation and boundary pushing across the board, doesn't it? Different fields, but similar energy. Finance adapting, tech-changing investment, athletes redefining limits.
It makes you think, doesn't it? We covered finance, tech, sports. Are these just separate news items, or do you see any threads connecting them? Maybe that drive to innovate, to find the next edge?
That's a great question. Is there a shared spirit there between figuring out digital finance and achieving peak athletic performance? Something for you, the listener, to consider.
Definitely some food for thought. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.